Welcome back. My guests today are Scott Jones and Dr. Jay Wild, and they're here to talk about the upcoming Creation Evidence Expo. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. And let's start with you, Scott. Tell us about the Creation Evidence Expo.
Well, the Creation Evidence Expo, this is our seventh year, seventh expo. Pastor Frederick Boyd is the inception person. He's the spiritual drive and the visionary for this, and has been for quite some time. And developed the first one, and is still in the process of being that person. What we are trying to do is let people know and educate people that there is a difference between evolution and creation. There is very little evidence for evolution, although it's being taught in the schools almost as fact. And we're saying there is more evidence for creation, physical evidence and biological evidence, than there is for evolution.
Wow, and with that, you even brought in a special guest. We have Dr. Jay Wild with us, and you are an experienced debater on this very topic.
Well, I have done some creation evolution debates in the past, most recently at Murray State University.
Very good. And in the upcoming debate, what points do you hope to bring out in this debate?
Well, my main focus is the way scientific theory is vindicated is by making predictions and seeing those predictions confirmed by the data. And the creation theory has made a lot of predictions that are confirmed by the data, whereas evolutionary theory has made a lot of predictions that have been falsified by the data. And simply by looking at that standard scientific evaluation, the creation theory is significantly more scientific than the evolution theory.
Outstanding. What are some of the common points that those who argue for evolution try to bring out?
Probably the most common point is similarity among creatures, whether you're talking about the way they look or even their genetic similarity. For example, chimps and human beings have a lot in common genetically. We don't know exactly, somewhere between 70% to 97% similarity, depending on exactly how you compare the genomes and so forth. And so it's thought that because there's that high similarity, that's the result of common ancestry. But I look at that same similarity and see that that's a result of common design rather than common ancestry. And you can point to specific aspects of the genomes that argue against common ancestry. And so common design, I think, is a better explanation.
Wow. And what are some of the exciting finds you found about creation and how it has truly allowed us to come to this point in history? Are there any evidence or physical evidence about things?
Well, yeah, there's every year some incredible things come out to sort of make the case for creation stronger. And probably the more recent ones that are of interest are, for example, soft tissue found in dinosaur bones. These dinosaur bones are supposed to be somewhere between 65 million years old and 12 million years old, depending on which bones you're talking about. And yet in these bones, we find soft tissue. And soft tissue decays very rapidly. Even under ideal conditions, it can last at best for around 30,000 years. And so finding soft tissue in these bones that are supposedly millions of years old argues strongly against those bones really being that old.
Wow. Now, how old or how long would you say humans have then dwelled on the planet?
Oh, I don't think humans have dwelled on the planet more than 6,000 to 10,000 years, something like that. It's hard to put specific numbers on this because it's very, very difficult scientifically to really date something that's occurring in the past. There are all sorts of assumptions that go into it, but I think you can make a fairly good case that somewhere between 6,000 and 10,000 years.
That is exciting. Now, I'm curious to know how we found a person who's willing to debate this very topic. We've got Dr. Jay Wild, who is very well versed in the topic. Who do we have arguing for evolution?
Actually, at this point, I don't know his name.
His name's Ben Boone.
Ben Boone, that's right, and he's from Indiana University.
Okay.
And he's a strong proponent of evolution, of course. And he has debated before, as well as Dr. Jay Wild. I think that our side has more evidence, but he's going to present the evolution side and make sure that their point gets across. And it's important for us to let people know that we do allow free information. And so we're going to have the debate and let people decide for themselves. And Mr. Boone and Dr. Jay Wild are going to go up there and knock it out between themselves.
And this is what science is all about. Science is all about debate. Whether it's a formal debate like we're having or simply debate within the scientific literature, debate among scientists, that's what makes science progress. And unfortunately, in this particular field, there are a lot of people who want to squelch the debate. So Ben Boone, as I understand it, came to the Creation Expo and says he would like to present his side. So I applaud him for that because I think even if he's right and I'm wrong, by debating, we have progressed science a little bit.
Very good. Now, Scott, let's get back to the point that we've got a lot of things happening at the Expo, and the debate is certainly a highlight and a high point that we can look forward to. What other activities will we look forward to?
Well, we're going to have former NFL football player handling the kids on Saturday, and that's going to be a fun thing for them, and they'll be there all day, and we're getting them from worship teams across the country, and that's a wonderful thing, sports ministry. And we're going to have Dr. Whitaker, who is probably the proponent of putting this whole thing before the public about, what, 40 years ago, with his book. And he actually lives here in Fishers. But he's a worldwide and world-renowned proponent of creationism.
His name is Dr. Whitcomb.
Whitcomb.
John Whitcomb.
Whitcomb. Thank you. Yes.
Excellent.
I've only been on 3 weeks.
That's okay, but gentlemen, I do appreciate you making time, and certainly our viewers do. And we do have information about the upcoming Creation Evidence Expo, which will be from September 17th through the 21st, and it'll be held at the Venue Conference Center, located at 5110 Pike Plaza Road, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46268, and the phone number is area code 317-345-9072. And for more information, you can visit the web at www.creationexpo.org. Gentlemen, we certainly do appreciate your time. Hope the expo goes well. Looking forward to some great debate, and we look for some great reports.
Thank you.
Excellent. We'll be right back right after this. Be sure to tune in to Religion in the News in the upcoming weeks as we join the Church Federation of Greater Indianapolis in their journey to the 2012 Centennial Celebration. For more information on how you can participate, visit indyfaith.org. Thanks for joining us today on Religion in the News. Be sure to tune in next week for another exciting episode. You can share your upcoming events on our calendar by sending it to us at least 2 weeks in advance to the Wish TV address on the screen, or email your event and prayer request to us at religion@wishtv.com. You can also check us out on Facebook under Religion in the News. Check out our guest information and the calendar events this week by visiting wishtv.com. Click on Community and then on Religion in the News. Also visit the Church Federation of Greater Indianapolis website at indyfaith.org. Have a great week, folks.